I know this is so random. I'm checking in at such a random time and day. I am in Doha at my sister's place, and I'm so tired. I really am. It's such a nice night. I am so tired. I am exhausted. Anyway, guys, I'm exhausted. I'm jet lagged. I'm about to get in the shower and shower. My body's still working on Bangkok time. I woke up so hungry and it didn't make sense as to why I was so hungry. Then I looked at the time. It was past lunchtime in Thailand, so my body's just now working on like two different time zones. And the thing is, it's gonna be worse because I'm going to SA, and here I think not that bad. Doha's like 2 hours ahead of SA. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm leaving soon. We got a flight for the 16th. Oh, this is 16th, 19th. I was meant to leave on the 21st, but with the uncertainties of everything, we think it's best I leave earlier. So I'm leaving on the 19th, not the 21st anymore. So I'm gonna arrive in the afternoon, and I feel like I need to organize transport, like safe transport. I don't know what services I can have. I mean, I'm not carrying um I'm not carrying $1 million, but because of what I've experienced before. And last time something weird happened that I really don't want to get into. But I just think it would be safer if I get private transport from those security vans. So I'll look into it before I go and sort that out. For now, let's shower, have some breakfast. I'm done editing the moving out video. I've just scheduled everything, and I'm gonna do the TikTok scheduling today and then film some videos with my nephew. We want to do a challenge, so we'll do it for TikTok and not like YouTube. We'll do the ginger shot challenge, so I'm pretty excited about that. Hi guys, I'm home. We'll talk properly tomorrow. I've got tales to tell you. Hey guys, this is Editing Fran. I am back home. As you probably would have seen by now, I don't know, maybe, I'm not so sure. But I'm back home in Johannesburg, and I just wanted to say this video that's gonna play is a bit like weird because I couldn't really vlog in Qatar, especially with everything that was happening. It was not advisable to be vlogging my whereabouts and to be vlogging like what's happening within the country because of what's happening with Iran and America. So I didn't want to put anybody's life at jeopardy, and I didn't want to risk being put in the jail, honey. So as you've probably seen in a lot of media, people who were like maybe vlogging videos of the incidents occurring were imprisoned. So that was obviously for a security reason from the Qatar standpoint. So without speaking too much about it, I did not want to be putting out, information about my whereabouts or the scenery too much. So
what you got is what you got. Hence, a lot of it was in vertical setting and not like horizontal, because obviously I didn't want it to be obvious as to me vlogging and then it being misconstrued as me spying perhaps. So I'm just sorry about the layout of the video and how it was missing a lot of detail or explanations as to what was happening. I like my family couldn't even fetch me from the airport because of the regulations and the shutting down of the airspace. So sorry about that, guys, but safety and security first before entertainment, okay? So yeah, keep on watching. I hope you enjoy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And hi to my new subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing. I just hope that you come along and become a part of the family and definitely stay because you are one of the cousins. Hey, cousin. Mwah.
Morning, guys. I hope you're good. I hope you're good. I am now home. Back in SA. I am now home. As you can probably see, the background is a bit different. And I just have a little something to say to people in their mid to late 20s. I was just thinking as I'm cleaning, I'm like, for most of my 20s and early 30s, I feel like I exhausted so much of who I was for other people. Being a daughter to my parents, being a sister to my siblings, being a lover, being a friend, being a caregiver to sick relatives, having to nurse them. And during that time, I became nothing to myself. And I just realized this morning as I was just like sorting my stuff, is that I now need to be nothing to the world. I need to be everything to myself. And unapologetically so. Because when you are everything to everybody, you literally lose yourself in the process. You lose your voice, you lose your talents, because your talents, you're supposed to nurture them. I'm so sorry I'm coming on here like this, guys, but I need to wash my hair. So you end up becoming everything else to everybody and nothing to yourself. You don't nurture your blessings, you don't nurture your gifts, you don't nurture your body. You can't even take 30 minutes to go for a walk for yourself, which is something I want to, as now that I'm back. Of course, today is more cleaning day, relaxing, but I think I will probably take a walk. I'm going to force myself to take a walk around the estate and just take it all in. But most importantly, I feel like developing a relationship with self that's healthy and not feeling like you have to apologize to the world for not coming through for them, you know. It's something simple as, and I'm going to say this to everybody who's working abroad, who comes back home to whichever country they're from. You can hear the birds. That whole concept of buying gifts for people, you don't owe anyone anything. To be honest, you don't owe anyone a gift. You don't owe anyone a visit. You don't owe anyone your time when you're around, because people are just as selfish. So you have to develop a selfishness. And a selfishness does not mean that you're now mean and you're a horrid person, but a selfishness is about choosing where you put your energy. And from here on, let me brush this hair. because what the heck. The thing is, this top is quite revealing. I'll be back. Just guess who this gown belongs to. My mom. So yeah, selfishness does not mean you become a horrible person, but rather you become a person who wants to take care of themselves first before pouring into other people's glasses, you know. And when you start doing that, people show their true colors, and that just eliminates problems. And also it makes for a healthier you, both mind, body, and soul, because you choose yourself first. Sometimes you can sacrifice, like let's say for an example, an emergency comes up and you have to spare some of your money with a relative or a family member because it literally was an emergency that nobody planned for, and you do so happen to have the means. That's fine. But you cannot allow people to walk all over you in the name of family, in the name of partner, in the name of loved ones. I think I had to experience everything I've experienced with loss of loved ones that I may have taken care of, or severing of relationships where I was basically the backbone of that relationship, and those relationships ending taught me that at all times I have to choose myself, because so many a times I did so much for other people, and when I needed them, when I was going through my things, nobody was there for me out of those people besides my immediate family. And just to clarify, some people in my life have become like immediate family, so those people know who they are, and I'm really grateful for everything that they've been to me and to my mom when I was away, or just in general to our family, and I truly appreciate that. God bless. You know, for an example, I didn't really talk about it, but for an example, shush, birdie. Okay, don't shush, but not so loud. For an example, when I was here in South Africa the other April, and then the last year, April, and that robbery happened with my mom and I, literally, the only people that showed up during that time were immediate family. My sister, her husband, and my middle sister's partner rocked up. Like, they really showed up. Like, you know, I'm naming and praising because I don't think I have maybe thanked people who showed up for us, my mom and I, during that time, and being like, you know, your support and your love, your assistance, your prayers really meant the world to us, you know. Because I feel like also as Black people, as Christians, we tend to put prayer above reality, you know. Like, if I right now, which is an instance that happened, get hijacked, right, and my company tracker has to track the car using a helicopter, in turn, the bill for that can be charged on me, right? Which happened with my mom. Where does that money come from? Does it come from prayers, or does it come from people actually helping you get the money? You know what I mean? So as much as we appreciate the prayers, inshallah, and all that, at the end of the day, we're living in a real world that operates on monetary frequency, not just spiritual frequency. Not bad though. Oh, baby girl can eat good and now. It's just that I'm not really a pondo girl, because I feel like my face is so round. I don't know. But anyway, I say this to say, show up for who shows up for you, love who loves you, respect everyone, don't judge people. But the most important thing, show up for who shows up for you, love who loves you, give to who gives you. Everything in this world is energy, and energy is a back and forth flow. So if you are only giving, you're depleting yourself. Just like a battery. A battery is inserted into a remote control and is used daily, pressed, prodded, pressed, switched on, off. But what does the actual remote itself do for the battery? Nothing. And then what in turn happens after 2 months, 3 months, the battery runs out, right? So you have to look at your vessel, this gift that your creator gave you, as a battery. Positive and negative energy. On a daily, we go through those emotions, and those are emotions we go through. So if you now have people who are going to just be the remote control vessel in your life, you are going to deplete your God-given battery, energy, power, blessings, because you're pouring into people. And once you've poured into those people, they don't pour back, you're completely depleted and you cannot have that energy back. So robbing yourself of using that energy on positive things. So I say this to say, in 2026, I need you guys, I'm speaking to myself as well, to be selfish, to be self-serving, to love and care and share, sure, but most importantly, think of yourself and your immediate family first before everybody else. And this will always come out wrong, because we as Black people, especially we as people of color, have been taught that community is important. Yes, and I have Ubuntu. Ubuntu is the concept of it takes a village, right? I am because you are. But I have to be first before I can be anything for you. You are first before you can be anything to me. So I cannot say Ubuntu and community. Community works on what you have, right? Community works on what you have. So if you do not have the capacity to give, let's say somebody phones you and asks you for 200, and the 200 you have is for groceries for your family. You cannot tell me that you're going to give your last to somebody else and rather have your family suffer, or have your family not having, lacking, all that type of stuff, just because somebody else asked you for a favor. I actually don't have hair ties. So I'm gonna make one. So basically, that type of thing, that's what I'm talking about, where even with the incident that happened, I, till this day, yesterday, right, I'm going to talk about what happened yesterday. Before I came here, I started calling my mom, because we didn't know about flights and everything. Everything right now is a bit complicated. And obviously I cannot talk about it too much. My sister's still in the Middle East, and I don't want to compromise people and safety. But so we ended up getting flights and whatever. And I still have PTSD, which I need to look into counseling for, about 1, the robbery in Cape Town, 2, what happened with my mom, the hijacking last April, and how that was so intense, right? I still have PTSD about that. And people's lives go on, right? My mom and I's life did not go on, like, especially us. I understand, like, immediate family, maybe trauma on our behalf. But my mom and I still actually were so even scared yesterday. We were both literally shaking yesterday when she came to fetch me. And I had told her, like, no, just show up and we'll take the cab together, because I don't want her to drive, because I don't want the same thing that happened to us last time to happen again, where her car gets taken, right? So when she gets to the airport, she waits for me, I come out. Nobody hassles me from the police before I come out or I shop, but I'm still nervous because we're still in Jersey. In Jersey, my bonnet, right? I think I need to tie this up. We're still in Jersey at the end of the day, right?
And then she takes the stuff and she bought me this cute balloon, and then we get to the lift. We get into a lift and we try pressing. This is the lift from the entry, right? So basically when you come out from departures, there's like that statue of Ubab or Artambo, right? Then she sees me, we take the lift. As we are trying to press number 2, the lift doesn't press number 2. Then all of a sudden it presses B1, it blocks and it presses B1. And mind you, we've been in this lift trying to press and nothing was happening. Oh my God. Right, so alright, sharp, no biggie. But as it opens, there's like these 2 guys. One of them is just like shoddy looking, like extremely shoddy looking. And this other one that, what is this child relaxer? Then this other one is crawling like this, and he's carrying like a trolley, but in this trolley there's like dirty buckets. What are you doing with dirty buckets in the airport? It was like construction material, but going into the airport. I was so confused, and immediately my mom and I looked at each other because it was two guys, and one looked flipping scary. The other one covered his face, you couldn't see. So we both look at each other and we see it's Chai. I jump out of the lift and stood outside, and I told Mom, come out. And she's also pushing through. The guy's blocking her, pushing through. Guys, it's not safe at the airport. It is not safe at the airport, is what I'm telling you. And if you're going to be oblivious and not listen to conversations around you when you're at the airport and not have your wits about you, you'll find yourself in the situation we found ourselves in April. Just for your own safety, be very careful when you are in the airport, okay? If you're going to be out in the world, okay, like that incident that happened in Bangkok on the boat, if you are going to be out in the world, you have to be super vigilant about everything. And that's not to say you're putting negative energy out there, but the reality of it is crime is all around us, bad people are all around us, and we all have discernment given to us to be able to tell the good people from the bad people. So use your discernment again, if that's what you want to call it. Use your discernment, and my discernment yesterday was spot on. I say that to say, choose yourself, choose your immediate family. If you do have that, your chosen family, if you have, and choose yourself most importantly, because not everyone is fortunate enough to have an immediate family with positive energy either. So just choose yourself at all times. Go with what feels good. If somebody asks you for a favor and you do not have it and you do not want to have it, you don't have it. Nobody's going to come and dig in your pockets to check if you have that. You first have to have a full glass in order to pour into others. Because the same people that you're willing to sacrifice for will not show up for you when you need them. So that's all I need you to know. And you'll be left very disappointed because the amount of energy you put out into the world is not exactly the same amount of energy you're going to receive from the world. And there are people out there, even if you think you can trust them and love them and respect them and all that jazz, who will just take that opportunity to take you for a... Morning guys, this is my soup. I'm having miso. I'm having miso soup. I've actually just been very exhausted, if I could say so myself. Let me just put you back a bit, guys. I've been super exhausted. I need to get a light because it's quite dark in here during some times of the day. So I need to get myself a good ring light while I'm here. And
We have a tripod actually, so I don't really need a tripod. I just need a good ring light. But otherwise, all is well. I took Laxin yesterday. My sister gave me Laxin because I had been super bloated, nauseous after food poisoning. Like, you can literally see I'm so puffy. And she gave me Laxin yesterday, and she was just like, girl, you need to be drinking some Laxin. So I haven't slept properly at all. So I just wanted to catch up with you guys.